I acquired an interesting correspondence between Senator Inhofe and the Oklahoma City branch of Clear Channel today regarding the so-called Local Radio Freedom Act, SCON Res 82. Here's the letter, the U.S. Senate letterhead here, Jim Inhofe's signature, dated June 16th, 2008. Dear Mr. Hurley, thank you for contacting me to express your opposition to performance fees and royalties imposed on local broadcasters such as yourself. As your voice in Washington, D.C., I appreciate knowing where you stand on this issue. You will be pleased to learn that I am a co-sponsor of SCON Res 82, as I wholeheartedly share your support for this legislation. Be assured that I will continue to monitor the issue and work toward passage of this beneficial legislation. Thank you again for your correspondence. Please do not hesitate to contact me again in the future. I didn't know much about the so-called Local Radio Freedom Act before I acquired this letter, but I looked it up a little bit, and it's here's the full text of the bill. It's basically some vague wording talking about how great local radio stations are and how they the wonderful things that they do for communities. You know, during Hurricane Katrina and Rita, they told everyone to get out, and they did, and everyone was fine. Basically, it just says that there's a chance that record labels may start charging fees for music to be played on radio stations, and the wording is vague because, as it says at the top, Local Radio Freedom Act, and it appears as if the people who are pushing it are people like Mr. Hurley at the Oklahoma City branch of Clear Channel. Clear Channel is based in San Antonio, Texas. Mr. Inhofe, senator, apparently knows as much about, no ad hominem, doesn't know that Clear Channel is not a local station. You know, as he says, local broadcasters such as yourself. Charging radio stations fees to pay music could be interesting, because I think it would be good in a way that music is just horrible on the radio now. It's basically geared toward 12-year-olds. The only thing that is allowed on is, you know, a female howling diva who must reach 8 octaves per word, or some rap guy, unlike the greats, KRS-One, Public Enemy. These new guys who just, yeah, oh, bring it, just garbage. What could happen if these guys like Clear Channel and others lobbying for this Local Radio Freedom Act, which there's very little about on the internet, is, you know, if they're going to charge huge fees, the smaller labels, the local musicians, will be able to offer up their music for nothing, which they will do. And the big record labels will say, hey, you got to pay this rate. And these businessmen at the radio stations can say, hey, let's be smart and, you know, play the music that isn't charging these huge fees. I think it would be great for, you know, you don't hear any local music on the radio anymore unless it's, you know, at KGOU or your local NPR station, wherever you might be. You know, I think it's good to be suspicious of all your reps, not like, you know, crazy suspicious, but I don't think Mr. Inhofe understands this issue, because he is, you know, referring to Clear Channel as a local station, and he's acting as if there's nothing beneficial that could come out of this. I mean, you know, so much good music on small labels, and, you know, that aren't even on labels, that just offer up that music if this thing passes. And I think it would pressure these huge labels into rethinking their business strategies. So go to opencongress.org. They've got a little bit about this. Just do a search for SCON Res 82. Also, call your congressman or senator. Tell them, you know, because everyone's signing up for this. You know, it sounds like a great thing. You don't want radio stations to be charged all this money, and, you know, we won't be able to, we'll only hear crickets chirping on the radio. No one wants that unless you're a cricket fan. Probably a few of those out there. So anyway, that's it.